Hello and welcome to Region Locked Light. It isn't rare to see the spin-off of a popular series fail to receive an international localization. The resulting games can often be something new and interesting, providing a fresh look at a series the fans already know and love. The Lost Planet series had 3 releases in the West, each being a third-person shooter in which the player must fight off aliens while inhabiting a planet known as EDN3, which is currently going through an ice age. Prior to the release of Lost Planet 3, Capcom released a Japan-exclusive title for the series which deviated from the typical style of the 2 previous titles. This entry into Lost Planet is called EX Troopers. EX Troopers was released in 2012 for both Nintendo 3DS and PlayStation 3. It was developed and published by Capcom with the help of Hexadrive for the PlayStation 3 release. Deviating dramatically from the presentation style that fans had known from Lost Planet, Capcom describes EX Troopers as having exhilarating manga-esque action, in contrast to the action or cinematic shooting presentation from the other entries in the series. The game plays similarly to previous Lost Planet titles, with gameplay seeing the player navigate through stages of extremely icy landscapes from a third-person perspective. The player can equip 2 weapons prior to each mission, typically a lighter weapon with high ammo capacity and a stronger weapon with limited ammunition. Each weapon's ammo will regenerate after a short cooldown. The player is also capable of boosting and dodging to allow more action-based combat. By utilizing both boosts and melee attacks combined with projectile attacks, the player must complete a variety of goals for missions. These range from defending or enabling points to just simply killing all the enemies within a stage. By completing missions, the player obtains experience to level up and improve their character, as well as currency to help improve weapons and armor. These upgrades require that the player also has a number of materials as well, which are collected throughout missions or by speaking with various NPCs in the game's hub maps. Medals are also rewarded for each goal that has been achieved within a mission, with special VR missions having more goals than standard missions during the first run of the game. Medals can be spent to buy music tracks and costumes for the characters. Costumes can also be unlocked through the use of codes, allowing the player to unlock costumes with ties to various different manga and Capcom game series. The game's plot follows Bren, a candidate for the Neo-Venus Construction Incorporated Academy Educational Facility located on EDN3. While being transported to the institution on a spacecraft, the transport fleet of new recruits is attacked by a number of unknown Vital Suit mechs. Bren is selected by educational instructor Walter Stingray in order to assist him in piloting a prototype Vital Suit loaded with a next-generation AI capable of operating with full automation. Bren, as the suit's new master, names the machine Gingira and works with Walter to bring the enemy units down. After successfully taking out the enemies, Bren and Walter have no choice but to make an emergency ejection from Gingira while entering the atmosphere of EDN3. This is where Bren discovers the planet's harsh surroundings and encounters the alien race known as the Acrid. From a base of operations acting as a sort of school, the team take on missions and fight back against the Acrid. The reason for the game's lack of localization is of particular interest, as while Capcom had initially filed for a trademark on the name EX Troopers in 2011 for the US and European markets, when asked about the potential Western release, Senior VP of Capcom, Christian Svensson, stated on Capcom's Ask Capcom forum, "Guys, I have no news to share on that front right now. Sorry." Moments later, he also stated that EX Troopers isn't part of the LP series officially, thus the difference in name, nor are there plans to bring it westward at this time. It's possible that plans may have changed with a successful release on the Japanese market, but upon release, the 3DS version sold 17,000 copies and the PlayStation version only sold 8,700. These figures make the game the weakest debut sales for any game within the Lost Planet franchise, with the reasoning possibly being that the game was competing against the sales of Call of Duty Black Ops 2, which was released around the same time. The game has a very strong Japanese theme to it, with the game's style following a manga or anime aesthetic very closely. It's possible that Capcom believed that this change in direction for a series considered to be quite serious in the West would be unsuccessful. The game is quite dialogue heavy, with long cutscenes featuring full voice acting, meaning that the cost of localizing the game could outweigh the likelihood of strong sales. That's all for today, but why not check out the other 2 videos we have for you on screen right now. If you really enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Yes, do that.